If you see this coming, you better head on down to confession, because your soul is about to get eaten. So what we have here is a little brainchild that I had. Some of you may have seen it from the blog, called Wyches of Thoth. And you're going to see a lot of still pics here really soon. They're gorgeous models. It's very well themed. Obviously, it's a Tzeentch force. There's a part 2 already in progress that'll include other demon types. We went with sort of this mauve, fleshy purple color, and we skewed the blue to more of a turquoise and offset that with white, black, and gold, and you got a winning combination. Now, there's a lot to say about this army. Let's start with the Wyches themselves. These are heralds of Tzeentch on a chariot. It can also pass for a disc. So basically a disc of enormous size. And what you have here is a dark elf, witch elf model. And these are 2 flying bases that have been glued together like an Oreo cookie. Obviously, these are Tyranid talons. And basically, a lot of green stuff. My favorite part are these 4 glowing eyes across the front ridge. Those look really good. And the witch elves have been converted to have staves. And each one is really quite unique. On the bottom, you have sort of this maw grab victim thing going on. And there are these epoxy sculpt tentacles coming off the back, and that I think gives the model some sense of motion, as well as these sort of rudder talons here. Again, these ridges on top are made out of epoxy sculpt, and so we did these great bases on them. Let's just take a quick look at the other witch. Basically the same format here with the eyes and the talons and the little tentacles off the back. A lot of green stuff to make it look like these talons are naturally coming off of the disc. So no complaints there. They're definitely sizable figures that are very imposing on the battlefield. And then we just did a few banners for the horrors. This is a what is that thing called? It's called I can't remember what they're called. Gosh darn it, it's like 2 horrors that are like these librarian types that fly around on this disc. And we used our extensive bits collection to make it look like there's all these books sort of floating or fluttering around them like moths to a flame. And there's scrolls and books, hanging off of the edge of the disc, and definitely a lot going on there, a lot of rune work. My favorite piece is this changeling, and this has been scratch sculpted. Excuse me, not quite. There's a lot of sculpting on it, but it's got a lot of pieces just from other kits, like the undead corpse cart. This is actually a Tyranid talon, which has been sculpted and holes drilled out like it's one of those Italian stork mask things. My favorite feature here, which you'll be able to see on the still pics, is that there's a hand holding his other hand, which seems to reinforce that this is a very amorphous being that's changing from one second to another. That's the changeling. And here we have this Greater Demon of Tzeentch special character, the one that has the 2 heads. And this turned out very nicely. You can't see it, which I guess is the point, but there's been a lot of green stuff sculpting here to make the feathers consistent. The artist used some object source lighting to make it look like there's sort of a pale greenish blue glow coming from the staff, which I think is a really nice departure from the very colorful Tzeentch staffs which you normally see. And of course the soul grinders, which I did another video on those, so you've already seen them. Pretty much everything's smooth, everything's done well, and I'm very, very, very proud of how this army turned out from A to Z. Hope you enjoyed.